Let's welcome to the show, Gad.
Thank you.
Elmaleh. I asked him how to say it.
Elmaleh.
Elmaleh.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. He said Elmaleh. I said Elmaleh.
Yeah, there's a whole debate about my name, right?
There is, right?
Well, Gad is just, everyone calls you Gad. No one calls you by your last name.
Gad. I'm happy to see you, Jim.
Good to see you too, buddy.
I see you only at night, normally.
At the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, at night.
It is a weird relationship you build up with comedians. It's like you just walk in and you just kind of know each other, but then you realize we've never spent any time together outside of that room.
Yeah, and more than that, I cannot imagine you during the day. I don't know why.
Probably because I'm creepy and I'm insect-like.
Yeah. And the light, there's too much light. Normally, it's dark. When I see you, it's dark.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, isn't it?
You just don't see him as a productive member of society. And then, because generally that stuff happens during the day, like people who contribute.
Yeah,
That's not Jim.
No, that's funny. It's like when you meet your neighbor, you're on vacation someplace very far from home, and you meet your neighbor. You feel you know him, but you don't know him.
Right,
really.
it's weird because you're seeing him.
Hey!
Then there's nothing.
Nothing.
Because you're seeing them out of your comfortable location.
Right.
Like seeing your boss in a store.
Seeing when you're a kid and you see your teacher like in the supermarket and you're like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Or at the pool, the swimming pool with the bathing suit.
Right.
Yeah, it's impossible.
you're like, I shouldn't be exposed to this.
And you're starting your tour too. Gad is really funny. You're it's called Oh My Gad U.S. Tour begins January 19th in Denver. So go to his website, which is Gad Elmaleh, Elmaleh, ELMALEH.
It's okay, I'm used to it.
I know, but people got to know how to get to it. You want people
By
to-
the way, at the Cellar, every night, the hosts, they ask me, how do you say your name? So I tell them 1 second before they go on stage, and they screw up my name every
Every
night.
time?
Every time.
Does that drive you crazy that like you've packed out like arenas
Yeah.
and then you come here and the guy at the Cellar doesn't know how to pronounce your name?
No, the guy here, guys, at the security didn't let me in today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? What'd they say?
I don't know. They said, are you sure we don't have your name? How do you say your last name? I'm sorry. Show me your ID. That never happens in France, but it's very humbling. I like that.
'Cause we were talking.
Yeah, you moved here.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because we were talking before you came in about how that like ego builds up, and when you feel like you're not getting treated the way you're supposed to be treated, like you can go into a rage very easily. And
No.
I would imagine that for you, like these instances where in not just France but many other countries, you'd be treated like an A-list celebrity. You come here and they're like, yeah, your name's not in the system, so I don't think you're. I don't think you're supposed to be
But
here.
it's good. I like that.
You do.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, not with girls. I mean, with girls, it's a problem,
It is, right?
It's the thing I like. I was in LA a few weeks ago. I was in a bar and I was talking to a girl, an American girl, and she was not very interested. And then a bunch of French people walked in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
They asked me for pictures and autographs, and she got so interested.
Yeah.
And she came back to me and she said, "Can I buy you a drink?"
Oh, good.
Really?
Yeah.
But isn't that great though? Like a lot of people would go, see, you should show her or not do it. But it's like, no, fuck it, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna seal this deal now.
It's good. Yeah,
that's
perfect.
funny. That's what. Yeah.
I need that because I physically I don't have a whole lot to go on, so they're never going to look at me and go like, "Wow." So it's always like whatever it is that gets you in the door is all that matters.
No,
Absolutely.
I think the thing is the challenge, and to start over is really interesting for me. It's a personal thing. It's not only about stand-up. It's just starting over. Going to the Cellar, as Jim said. Every night trying bits in English, struggling with the language, trying to make people laugh, earning those laughs because they don't know me, they have no idea. And by the way, but when some French people come to the Cellar, it's okay, but I'm not that happy because I go and say, no. I'm like, no, please, let me just earn those. Let me make those American laugh.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's very, very different, too, to try to get laughs now, because part of it is that you go on stage in front of an audience that knows who you are, and they're just excited to see you. So they're ready to laugh, and they're ready to... But when you go in front of an audience that doesn't know who you are, you haven't had that in years.
No, but okay, it's the same thing. I mean, you know, Jim, when some big names show up at the Cellar, Chris Rock, Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld, when they go on stage, the first 30 seconds, it's a madness in the room. But no matter who you are and how famous, right after those 30 seconds, if you don't give them...
It's on you.
Man,
Yeah.
and they even more how you say, rude with you if you're not doing good, if you're
Because they have expectations.
Of course.
Yes.
Chris Rock always has a very funny line. The second he walks on, he's like, lower your expectations. And it gets a laugh, and then he kind of just tells him he's going out of his notebook. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like you don't, you're so famous in a lot of other places that you wanted to come here and just and like just see, okay, let me see what my stuff does here. The fact that you're doing it in another language is amazing to me.
Yeah, and also learning. To be honest with you, watching those guys, watching them working and trying bits and bombing sometimes and redoing it again. And this is a total new experience to me, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously you don't do that for money because, as you know, this is not where people make money in clubs. Right. You don't do it for fame or glory, and because I've been doing stand-up for 22 years now. That's funny. The other day, one of my good friends came to the cellar. I said, "Oh, only 1 year and you do stand-up?" I said, "No, no, 1 year in New York, but I've been doing this for 22 years all over Europe."
Yeah. That's
Why did you move to New York? I think it was such a ballsy move. Like I would never leave my comfort zone.
Because I felt Trump was going to be elected. And I knew, guys, the country was going to be something sexy and more. I knew it.
You were the one guy who was like, if Trump gets elected, I'm moving to the U.S.
That's right. I'm leaving France and I'm coming to the U.S.
I'm going to the U.S.
Yeah, so he got elected.
I got to be a part of this. We're going to be great again.
Yeah, great. I thought it was great, already great, and now that's great. That's great. No, I think it's the challenge. Really, it's the challenge. I love my life in Paris and I have my family and everything, but you know, I need this challenge. I want to do stand-up. We don't have clubs in France.
That's what I was going to ask, what the comedy industry is like in France and Europe.
You know, the comedy world is so different. We have one comedy club created by a very famous comedian named Jamel Debbouze, and he did this, and this is the only place where comedians can go and work out some material.
So is it very competitive there? To get on?
Yeah, but they have shows. Even if they're not big names, they have their own shows. An hour and 30 minutes. But to be honest with you, I think there are more here. Oh shit, the word in English. Carol is gonna tell me. Exigeant? Wow, she does. Demanding?
Demanding.
The audience here.
The audience is more demanding
and I like
here.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
They're more likely to really let you know if you're not doing well here than there's less politeness.
And especially here in New York and especially at the Cellar. Some nights I was like, wow, man, you're going to go home, you're going to have a glass of red wine and work on your shit.
It's really weird how many nights you'll walk off at the Cellar and go, I fucking stink at this. I'll walk upstairs sometimes and go,
does this happen to you?
All the time.
Tell me honestly.
All the time.
Honestly.
All the time.
He's killing it there.
All the time I walk up the steps.
But really.
All the time.
And you've been doing it how long?
26 years.
So 26 years in, you leave some nights going like, this isn't for me?
We had a conversation.
I like to hear that, man.
We had a conversation the night about, like, how long does it take you? It was like Damian Lemon and Mike Yard and a bunch of us. How long does it take you to feel like you really know what you're doing? And it's like on a paper, like, 22 years, you know what you're doing. But like after a bad set, it doesn't feel like you know what you're doing. You're like, I couldn't get them. I don't know what I'm doing, because if I knew what I was doing, I would have gotten them, and I couldn't. So the Cellar is great because they don't give a fuck who's on stage. If you're not what they want at that moment, they don't necessarily scream at you, but you know, like, ugh, I shit the bed.
Part of that is because even like somebody like you, who's who's known in the U.S.
Well, yeah,
not in France. We don't know this guy.
No, who is he?
We have no idea.
But like the Cellar doesn't necessarily, like, they'll post on their website, but the audience for the Cellar is not necessarily like, oh, we're coming to see this comedian.
No,
they just go and say, oh, there's good comedy.
They're hoping for Jerry or Louis,
right?
Because they know that those guys go on
for
there.
him, we don't know when he performs there.
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
I just kind of come in.
Yeah.
I don't put my name on the list because a lot of times I'm not there.
His name is Mustafa.
There was a Mustafa who worked there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was my favorite door guy ever. He was a fucking he would actually just if anybody was talking, he would walk over and go, shh, shut the fuck up, and he would throw them out. He was
but it's great.
Legendary for throwing people out.
By the way, that's great. You know, when you perform, when you try things, you don't want your material to go on the internet an hour after that, and also it's not a good atmosphere when they do that. So I like it. I like it when they they're rude with people and like, don't film, don't do this. In France, it's so, they do it and they film, they do
the
everything.
Whole thing.
Yeah.
You can't yell. You don't really yell at the audience in France?
Yeah, a little bit. It's, again, I think this thing to improvise and crowd work, you have to come up with good things. Because if you go with the easy and the cheap things, we all done so many things and tried things with the crowd, but you need to be very I don't know the word, but
precise.
Yes,
it's like doing jokes on Trump right now.
Right.
I mean, come on, guys. You have to come up with the very funny joke about Trump, because everything has been done.
That's right.
Saying the stupid thing, he's stupid and he's no. Come up with crazy thing, the opposite. I don't know. Do something creative.
Right.
I'm kind of tired of those jokes like, oh, he's stupid, he's not, doesn't know. Okay.
It is the same point of view.
Because you've heard it.
From everybody.
Yeah.
When the point, like when as soon as somebody opens their mouth, if you know exactly where, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Jesus. By the way, maybe that's a premise for something. Maybe I said it just like that, but maybe I could work on something like I knew Trump was going to be elected. That's why I moved.
I was about to say, I think that's funny when you said that.
Yeah,
and it was like there's not that many funny Trump jokes left, but that was, you know,
there are 3, I think. I got to.
Do you do any political stuff?
A little, not a lot. When I'm in France, more obviously, but
right.
Not yet. Not.
Because I feel like like with the Daily Show now, like that's what has hindered Trevor Noah, is that, you criticize American politics, which is what the show was always about, but people don't necessarily want to see American politics get criticized by someone with an accent.
Yeah, it really does people get really annoyed.
Is it a tip that you're giving me right now?
Well, you said you don't do that.
I don't.
But if you did do that?
I never do that. I never do that.
Right.
I think America is great, and it's a big opportunity for me as a French Moroccan Jew to be able to perform every night in that wonderful country.
After all the success worldwide.
I can do the army, anything you want.
Yeah, it is funny when guys come over, and political stuff is great, but some guys are fucking, like they just stand there and harp on it for like 20 minutes. It's so funny just to watch the crowd go, ugh.
I want to ask you something that I ask to every comedian. I was very surprised. So those guys, when they go on stage at the Cellar, do you know before your set exactly what you're going to do?
I have an idea, but I like to try to work on if I'm doing an hour.
The order, not an hour, like a set, 15 minutes. You go on.
Well, if I'm doing it for an hour on the road, I'll pull a few minutes out and try to work on it. So some nights I know I'm working on the opening, so I know I'm going to open. But no, a lot of times I don't. It's very boring just to do the first 10 minutes in a row of my road act. Nobody wants to hear that. So I try to mix up things that need work. It's like, I just pull out little pieces that I think need a line fixed, and I try them there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because it gets too boring. Plus, the crowd half the time isn't enjoying what I'm doing, so I'm like, all right, switch gears. That's too dirty.
But with the language, I have to do this boring thing, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. Boom, 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 number 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I step out.
Because you kind of have to choreograph what you're doing.
Yeah,
because,
for now. Maybe in 1 year from now with the English, it's going to be better.
But you do an hour on the road. So if you're starting in Denver, he's doing Carnegie Hall, February 11th.
Yeah.
So if you're doing those, are you doing them in English and partially French, or all English?
No, all in English. All English. And I know because there are a lot of expats from, not only from France, from Morocco, because I was born in Morocco, Algeria, Lebanese people, a lot of expat immigrants. They come to see my shows. I put a few things, accents, references, not a lot, but the show is mainly in English, obviously. Yes.
So I've never been. I want to go to Paris. I never want to
go.
You do? I always think they're going to hate Americans, so I never go.
No, that's not true.
Like just on the you mean like as far as performing, or you're just going to walk around?
No, just to visit.
I know.
So you think you're going to be walking on the street and the Parisians are going to hate you?
No, but I've just heard that in restaurants that they don't like
spit
Americans.
on you.
No. But
there's
I've heard
one street. I'll tell you what street it is.
What street?
But I don't know.
Okay.
It's
like to go
Boulevard de l'Amérique. No, but a lot of American comedians come now to France, and it's a good thing that American get to travel. And I think Louis C.K. came last summer. I heard Jim Gaffigan wants to come to do a stand-up. A lot of, you should come. You should come to Paris. I also said to Noam, the
Comedy Cellar owner.
Comedy Cellar owner, we should do this thing they do now for fashion, for clubs, pop-ups, right?
Yeah,
pop-up.
sure.
We should do pop-up Comedy Cellar in Paris, Berlin, Tel Aviv.
That's actually a cool idea.
It would be cool. And so you bring a bunch of comics, they know each other, they're always working together at the Cellar, and then, boom, we do the show.
And Comedy Cellar has become
a brand,
yeah. Especially because after Louis and after all these different things that went all over the world, people know about the Comedy Cellar.
I really want to do this in Paris, like the pop-up Comedy Cellar. and bring like 5-6 comics and have like a week or I don't know 3-4 days in a club, and that would be the Comedy Cellar Paris.
Would
I
you
want to do it
that,
on the
Jim?
road, but not take. No, I don't want to get Noam's permission. I just want to do it. I just want to use the name on the road. Yeah, it is. That probably would work, but you know, the Comedy Cellar is weird. It's kind of become like the Improv used to be. Like years ago, like with the Improv was the reference, like the
Where,
New
in
York
LA?
Improv.
Oh, New York.
Just everywhere. The New York Improv was the movie reference for comedy, and now it seems like it's the Cellar because the Improv left so many years ago.
Yeah.
It's the place. So have you gotten into spots here where people don't really know who you are, and then they do something like check your Twitter account or something and realize shit.
I got this every day, but those spots are everywhere. That's the whole.
Do you watch as people like kind of shift in their behavior?
Yeah.
As they realize like, oh,
yeah,
I should know who this is.
And I don't like it.
You don't?
No, because I'm. As soon as I land here in New York City, I kind of relax, and I see people. It's natural. It's not fake. I like it, and it's cool. Yeah, obviously, when someone asks you, okay, I'm gonna follow you on Twitter, and he sees I have 6.5 million, it's like, who?
Yeah,
Who the fuck are you?
And here's how you know he's got a lot. He's got 6.7 million.
Oh, 6.
You actually just missed 200,000.
No, that's because of this show we're doing right now. We just got 200,000 guys. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But that's funny to be so
200,000,
famous.
you're just like, oh yeah.
Be so famous that you want to just kind of relax and come to New York and blend in and just build. That's a really interesting thing.
Are you
to
worried
do.
though? What if you become very famous in America?
No.
This is gonna be terrible. Now everybody's gonna bother you.
It's going to be a nightmare.
It is, right?
No. I'm good like this. I'm not looking for that. I just want to work on my act. I want to do stand-up. I want to do... No, I don't know. We'll see.
It seems like everything's coming together right now because like Jim just said, you have the tour coming up. You're going to tour pretty much all through January.
Yeah.
And then end the tour at Carnegie Hall. But you've also moved here and you got a Netflix special coming out on the 24th of January. So, like, you talked about, like, the people who are here that know you from other countries, from Paris, from Morocco, from whatever. If they show up to Carnegie Hall, are they going to be disappointed that you're speaking in English?
Oh, no. They know exactly what I'm doing. And that's funny because, but it's interesting what you're mentioning right now because I've done shows in French in the past in America. And I would put some English in my shows and expats were like, oh, don't speak English. They were shocked. No. And I even have a joke about that at the opening of my shows. I say bonsoir. In French, and then I say that's it for French. That's it. And they go, ooh, no, come on, French people. I'm trying to work on a new project, blah, 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 and have jokes about it. They know it's in English. And the interesting thing, they're kind of supportive for this project, for me, my fans from other countries. No, it's fun. It's fun.
Comics respect it just because the balls it takes.
Yeah.
To say, all right, I'm going to leave this place where I'm doing, fucking a Friday, Saturday shows in an arena and come here and just kind of build. It's like, that's such an artistic thing to do, and it's not for money. It's giving up a lot.
It's a personal challenge, really. Last week was really, really strange, funny, bizarre. I really, literally, I performed in Bercy, which is like Madison Square Garden here. It was 12,000 people on Saturday night. Then I flew, and Sunday, and I flew here.
You did 2 nights?
8 nights. By the
8
way.
nights?
Yeah, 8 nights. I did 8
what?
nights.
8 nights at the 12,000?
I can't get concert tickets 8 nights in a row.
Yeah, brag.
You can't get tickets to watch.
I can brag. I can brag a little bit to this morning. Yeah, I did 8 nights, and then I flew on the Monday to New York. And I jumped in a cab, and I went to the Cellar. And I did a set in front of 100 people.
Right, you're trying to win them over, just not sure.
I was like, they don't love me yet. So I want to earn, and it's really interesting. I was so into, comedy. We are crazy. Last night I was saying to to Ryan Hamilton, he's a good friend, great comic, and I see him every night, and I was watching people say, we are crazy. We are crazy. We're doing a crazy job every day, starting over every day, asking, worrying, the doubt, and coming back. And I don't know. That's.
Do you feel like you start over every day?
Yeah, really.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
You never feel really good about yourself. Like, you could feel great about yourself, and then it's one shit set, and you're like, oh, yeah, they're right. I'm garbage.
Now,
it just confirms it.
Do you kind of, knowing that, if you have a good set, is there something in you that stops you from fully enjoying it because you know tomorrow it might not be good?
I enjoy a good set.
You can enjoy
I do.
it.
Yeah, it feels good. I know it was good, and you feel great.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that was good.
Because that's how like when we're doing the show, even if we have a good, eventually when we have a good show,
I mean, we're never happy, to be honest, because I enjoy a good set when it's the last one.
Yeah.
But also I'm pumped and I'm like, I want to do another one.
Right.
And I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what we want, right?
Yeah, if it's one day you feel good, then I say
We
you feel like a
want
piece of shit.
people to laugh. We want girls sitting next to us at the club. Right?
Yeah. So I would imagine though, for you, like, you don't need to be famous. Like in America, doesn't your French?
I don't need to be here.
But
Guys, I don't need to be with you this morning.
I don't need this.
Took me 45 minutes to come uptown. The guy downstairs doesn't even know my name. He butchered my name, asked me twice for my ID. I come and I see this guy I can see for free every night.
It really is
Tim
fucking
Norton.
This is the crazy part. This whole experience of the morning and doing all this—that's the crazy
the ID
part.
twice. Now in France, if that happened, they know you. You wouldn't have a show your ID
No.
twice.
I mean, you know what
He just did 100,000 people and then went back to the cellar.
There's something very funny, and I think it's dangerous also. When I come home, when I get there in Paris at the airport, I swear, I'm not exaggerating just to make up I give my passport to the customs. Almost 9 times out of 10, they go like, it's okay.
It's all good.
What? That's my passport. I'm coming. No, it's okay.
We know.
It's okay. We know.
We know.
Now, are you single or do you date different women?
Okay, I didn't understand the dating process in America, but dating is I see different women every Is dating. Yeah. I'm single.
That's
Right.
good. That's the best
I'm
way to
single.
date.
That's being single in New York City.
Is it great?
Wow. Are you single?
Yeah, but not for the same reasons you are. I'm not single because I have my pick of amazing women. I can't get anybody to go for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Again, you want to know how single?
On tour. It's gonna go back on tour. It's gonna be.
You want to know how single Jim is?
No, tell me.
He told me what he did last night, which is he went to a restaurant by himself
Oh, I
and
do
brought
that.
a newspaper and read it with his cell phone
It
flashlight.
was dim. The lighting's dim. I'm older. I had my fucking iPhone. I'm reading my newspaper with my iPhone.
That's single.
That's old man.
That is
That's
single.
a comedian. That's a comedian life. You know what I did yesterday?
What?
I stayed at home the whole day waiting for my sets at night.
That's it.
That's crazy.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Writing, correcting things, trying not to do something else because maybe it's going to sidetrack me.
Really?
And, a little scared of maybe not be, crazy, the cold, in bed, writing and waiting.
And how long of a set are you doing? Like, how long of a set did you do last
15,
night?
right?
What do you mean?
15 minutes at the
Like
Cellar.
how long
15 minutes is a set, yeah.
For
So you-
everyone.
No, and I do 3, 4, depends. you know.
Okay. But
And
you just
last
sit there
night-
waiting.
Yeah, and last night there was also that's a new experience for me because I'm doing sometimes talk shows, whatever, and they come and they want to see the set before and they want the script and they want the video. It's new to me.
Yeah.
I mean, in Paris, if someone say to me, "Give me your script," I say, "What? What?
Right.
Give me your ID." No, I mean but it's okay. You need to be humble. So this girl came last night from Colbert. Because I'm going to be doing that show next week. And I gave my script, video, sound. They came see it live twice. They said, are we going to come back? But it's good. I'm working.
But
you
it's
know?
got to be almost like a goof to you at this point. Like, that's got to be kind of funny.
What is goof?
Like
A
goof,
joke,
it's
like
like a
silly.
joke.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's kind of ridiculous. You're like, do you know how
No,
much?
I don't
you
wanna
don't
say
need to
that.
do Colbert. Okay, you don't.
I want to do Colbert.
I know you want to, but you don't need it. Like, you don't need to prove to any talk show.
I don't want to prove.
You
I
got
just wanna
6.7
be-
million on Twitter.
Yeah, but I want to be on the talk show in America.
Right.
With yeah.
It is
Right.
funny how and this all shows do it, they overly prepare you for stuff. They obsess over every word and every joke. And it's like, let the natural, let it, if the guy's funny and you see a set and you go, all right, he's funny, then you let him just go up and do his 6 minutes, whatever it is.
It's not even live. It's taped. Like,
Right.
Worst case scenario.
I think sometimes they should let go a little bit. Every talk shows, not only in America, everywhere. TV are, they're stressed. They're very. So I think it's good if they let go. But I would say yes to anything right now. I'm not in a position where
Obviously, you're here.
I'm here.
Yes, a year from now, he won't come up into the show.
So tell me what's going on here. I saw many little houses here. It's like a massage thing. There's a lot of cabin, right?
Yeah. That's it. That's what we call them.
A lot of little places to go in and get jerked off.
Exactly. So
Yeah, which basically every radio station you could imagine is up here. The hip hop station's next door. Entertainment Weekly's on that side.
There's one I listen all the time because I'm a big Frank Sinatra fan. And there's one called
Seriously Sinatra.
Seriously Sinatra.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you don't even want to like. They do all the Seriously Sinatra in like a little like closet down the hall. It's really not.
It's all
romantic.
voice tracking. Yeah, it's tiny.
You don't want to.
It's
you
not
don't pre-record it.
You would think
It's
that
not
the
live.
Sinatra thing is like people hanging out with champagne.
Nothing.
And
No.
cigar.
It's all fake.
No.
It's all fake.
It's a guy with sound effects in a tiny little
So
room.
now this show is every day?
Yeah,
Our
Monday
show
through
is every
Friday.
day. Yeah.
Then you're here every day?
Yeah, Monday through Friday,
Okay.
8 to 11.
Okay.
Yeah, every morning.
Okay.
That's why I go on early at the Cellar when I show up because it's just I have to get
So
up.
yeah, what do you? Yeah, you cannot go out really after your sets.
Yeah, I try not to. I just
Every now and then.
Where do you live?
I'm on the east side in the 20s.
Okay.
I'm in Manhattan. Where are you?
I live in Tribeca.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't your like because you were talking before about like women like changing their vibe? That woman in L.A. who totally changed her vibe after she saw
yeah.
you.
By the way, did you
taking
hook up
photos
with her?
People.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay,
Good.
good.
Yeah, good.
Well worth it. Well done.
Yeah.
But I would think
Good.
that the accent does enough to get the job done more often than not,
No, but
doesn't
you
it?
know, I did more than that. I how you say signed up on the dating app.
Tinder?
No, another one. Very.
Grindr?
No,
Raja?
Raya.
Raya.
Yeah, Raya's a good one. I strike out fucking horribly on Raya. I'm on Raya, and I literally, I'm like,
So?
nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
I talk to them, but they Google me, and I'm finished. That's happened to me a bunch of times.
See, here's the problem. He's very
Okay,
open
Jim.
about his
No,
stories.
Jim, listen, I have the opposite.
Yeah.
They Google me and then they call me.
Right. See, with
For
Jim,
him,
it's the
they
opposite.
Google him.
And they go, oh, this guy's
and then
trash.
they change-
He's garbage.
He likes to tell stories about what he does in his personal
I know,
life, and they
I
come
know
back to
his-
they come back to haunt him.
I know the stories. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raya's got the hottest girls though. When you go to Raya, because you have to be
I
invited.
mean, you know, based on picture, you never met any of them.
No, I think I met one, and we actually had a nice date. We went out. I had wanted to date her for a while.
Did you bring the paper?
What's that?
Did you bring the newspaper?
I did not. It was a nice little date though, but we only went out once.
But wait, I do that really often. I go and have dinner by just me alone, by myself.
That's okay.
You don't do that?
No, I don't mind that. But
That's
bringing
the
the
flashlight thing?
bringing the newspaper and the flashlight
It's
is
dim.
really bad.
That's dinner
creepy.
time.
That's
It's-
really bad.
But I
Yeah.
have to
really
read the
bad.
paper. It's very dim. They had mood lighting for the
Yeah, but if
night.
you go by yourself, you don't go in a very dim and ambiance thing, atmosphere like that.
Right, there's no reason for it.
romantic. He wanted a romantic night.
I did.
You know, he wanted to romance himself.
Romance
Yeah.
himself.
I just
with
took
the
myself
flashlight.
out. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, he went home, lit
That's
some-
masturbation. That's
Right.
romance. The auto romance.
He went home. He lit some candles.
Yeah.
Then he'd start jerking off.
Yeah, the memory of my
little
dinner.
present
Yeah,
for him.
some chocolates,
Oh,
yeah.
look what I got to me for me. Yeah, some chocolates. Yeah, little scarf.
I will say this: one of the hottest girls I've ever seen
Yeah.
like this.
was with you at the Comedy Cellar one night.
Really?
You might have just been friends with her. I don't even know who she was. But
Last night?
No. This is a couple months ago.
Oh, Sunday?
I wasn't there last night.
You mean Saturday?
Different girl every night.
She was fucking stunning.
But he didn't say anything because he doesn't talk to people at the cellar, Jim. He
He's
doesn't-
very socially awkward.
Nah, he doesn't want to talk to people.
No, he
I
doesn't.
talked to the. I
Because
sit at the
he
comedy
He
table.
runs. He goes on stage and he runs. He
I've been to-
walks
I've-
very fast.
I've
right?
been to parties with him.
So
Very socially awkward.
yeah,
Very
And
awkward.
Doesn't talk to people.
Doesn't
That's too
talk.
bad. He's smart. He's an interesting character. But
He likes to remain a mystery.
No, I
though.
never think people want to talk to me. So I sit down. I sit at
Oh.
the table all the time, and I never want to bother people imposing myself.
really,
Yeah, so I just.
this is not what we think when we see you.
Oh yeah, no. I love.
do you think?
I love all the comics at the Cellar.
I think he doesn't want to talk to us.
Right.
He's
Right.
too much in his thing, and he has so many things to do, and is no.
No.
And then he ends up alone in the little dim
Yeah.
restaurant. With
But
the
I always say there's a
flashlight.
comedian's table. I always sit at the comics table.
I don't sit there.
Yes, yeah, that's for you.
Sometimes.
I'm
I-
always there. Just, there's a little table
I
in the
get
corner.
a little nervous when I sit there.
Do you?
It's just it's I don't know.
Do they know who the fuck you are?
No, it's just the language. It goes so fast,
Oh.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I prepared what I'm doing right now. I prepared it the whole night. It's all scripted. What I'm
Yeah,
Since
we-
I got here, it's all scripted.
Our producers asked you for a script before you came in.
Yeah.
Here's the questions. We need your answer. This one's not good.
Yes. We're gonna tease Jim for being lonely
Yeah,
at 10:40, and then
I think that Gad is taking full advantage of the women here in America. I think
think
that
so?
is. I think you're doing very well with women.
This woman-
That's
what
my
about,
theory.
What about you?
I'm married.
You're married.
I'm married.
He's doing really well. His wife has made a terrible choice, but she's smoking.
Yes, I'm married. She's pregnant. The whole thing. It's over for
She's
me.
pregnant. She was pregnant before.
Before we got married. Yes,
right,
before.
okay.
Yeah, I met her. She was pregnant. I married her.
Yeah.
No, I
That could be
inseminated.
one of his jokes. We're going on his.
I inseminated my wife.
Yeah.
I did. I impregnated her.
Yeah, now
It's
she's
my child.
listening. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And you're divorced. Oh, you got a.
no, yeah, I'm married for real.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm not single. I'm
Carol,
just.
Carol is gonna get married in a few months, right?
You are?
Yeah, Carol works with me. She's
Is
from
she a
France.
publicist or is she?
Yeah, she's my left hand.
Oh, okay.
Left arm. Sometimes my right hand. No, that's strange. She said Comment tu dis, il m'a demandé en mariage?
Whoa.
He
You're
proposed.
asking me? Oh.
He
No.
proposed.
Jim thought he was. So he proposed, and then he said, "We're gonna get married in 2 years from now." What do you think about that?
Well, I
I would have said 10. 2 years is okay though. It's a nice long.
I think
engagement.
I think I did a year and 9 months. I think I did. It was pretty close to
But
2
if you
years.
propose,
A year and 9 months.
this is like something you want, energy, and you're in love, and you want to.
But you gotta plan. You gotta the timing. You gotta do a whole bunch of stuff. It really takes a lot to get married. You know, you have to invite people. You have to plan the whole event. You have to do. There's a lot to do, right? So you give yourself a couple
I never
years.
got married. I have 2 kids, but I've never been
Plus,
married.
she's worried. She's got to do everything for you.
What do you mean?
Like she's got to be
that's
your
right.
right hand and your left hand and
Yeah.
everything.
So she got
So she's got to sit there and like, when I have time, I'll try to plan a wedding, but it's going to take 2 years with Gad's schedule
I'm just a little. I don't like people who I work with when they get married and all that.
because they got an outside life. You don't like
Yeah.
that.
You like
You're
them to be
I
total.
don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. What do
There's
you mean?
enough going on with
Her,
Gad.
her own place, apartment.
No.
Yeah.
So you are.
Boyfriend,
Where's your priorities?
boyfriend?
Yeah.
What is this? You said you were working with me.
So your Gad's assistant. So now when you have an assistant, do they know? They know so much about your personal life.
Yeah.
Like, that's what always scares me
Why,
about
you don't
getting.
have one?
No.
Why? Because
Oh,
she
there's
would know
just too much. Oh boy, no.
You're not the assistant type.
I don't know. I
I
probably
would
should
like
have
to
one.
I would like to.
This could be a
to
disgusting
be his
job.
assistant.
Yeah.
Because it would,
Yeah,
interesting.
that'd be a fun job.
My assistant will have a hazmat suit. No, it scares me to. I don't know why I actually haven't done it. I probably should because there's so many things that I fuck up and forget. Like it's like I always felt like I'm not at that point in my career where I need one. But there's just a lot of things I make mistakes with that I probably should, just for so I don't fuck things up. It helps to have one. But the girl, I don't want to bother you when you're with her. Like I don't fuck with people when they're with a girl because I don't want to annoy them or be annoying or like Oh, she was. I don't even remember. It was months ago.
Gad is just like
I know.
turning him over.
Yeah,
I know.
No, just no. I mean, respect the woman.
Yeah. That's what I need. A nice French girl.
Is that what you're looking for?
nice
Oh, I
French
can. Oh yeah.
You think you can hook that up?
Yeah. Really.
I bet you can.
Just you give me just a few jokes in English. That's it.
That's it. Trade jokes for girls. That makes sense.
Oh boy, will
a
she
good
be
deal.
disappointed. All of a sudden, you'll notice she unfollows you on Twitter. Like, what? That fucking guy was weird. It's terrible.
Who's this guy?
Well, listen, we're out of time. That's the
Our
show.
show is over.
That's the show.
That's the show. That's a good time. I'm happy. It's
You just experienced the whole thing.
yeah.
Gad is a really, really funny stand-up.
Yeah.
I have seen you on stage, and you're really good.
Gad will be at Gotham on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So if you're in New York, go to Gotham Comedy Club this Wednesday. And then the Oh My Gad U.S. tour begins January 19th in Denver, Colorado, and it wraps up February 11th at Carnegie Hall. Tickets are available at
Elmaleh.
GadElmaleh.com.
ELMALEH.
That's-
Google
I should-
Gad comedian. It's very
Yeah,
easy to
yeah,
find.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it should be
just-
GadComedian.com.
Never been to Denver. How is Denver?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great crowds. The elevation is 5,000 feet, so everybody's like, they smoke pot there. It's
A lot of pot.
They
No, are
really
you
are.
serious?
They're
'Cause it's legal.
amazing crowds.
Oh, it's
It's
legal.
legal in Denver. So a lot of pot.
Are you doing the Comedy Works?
No, I don't know.
Theater?
Yeah, theater. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a great place. You'll do
awesome.
excellent there. And then he's wrapping up February 11th at Carnegie Hall. So it's a short tour, a lot of great
Yeah.
rooms, and Gad's a really funny act. I love
Thank
what
you
you're
so
doing,
much.
man.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I
at the
think you're great.
Cellar almost every weekend. So, merci beaucoup.
And gracias, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spanish.
Yeah, okay, well,
Spanish.
okay, sure.
Grazie.
Sure.
And,
Yeah, so Google Gad and find out all about him if
Yeah.
you don't already know. And you could follow him on Twitter, but he's got like 6.7 million.
He won't
so
notice you.
He's not going to notice. Yeah.
He won't notice you. He's not going to answer your fucking
Guys,
questions.
I think I'm gonna come back on that show. I want to come back.
Yeah, come back
when
anytime.
I'm in New York. I just come 5 minutes and say hi.
Whatever you want.
Come back in anytime. You're a good time.
And every time I come back with a different girl.
I would like that.
Oh, yes.
A lot.
Oh, yes.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh,
French
dude,
girl?
she was
Yes.
so pretty. She was
I
depressing.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Hey, I have.
That's the Travis dog.
That's Travis, dog.
Man,
Oof, oof, oof. Oof, oof.
Man, you've been.
That's Travis
I'm
dog.
sorry.
It's fine. I'm not here to be.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Oh, you're just sorry because I'm just
Yeah,
in this
Because
room
he's
by
Travis
myself.
dog.
How are you? I'm Gad.
I'm good. I'm Travis.
Travis.
dog.
You
as
lost
they
your
would
train
like
of thought. You were going to bring some French girls here, and then you
No,
got distracted by
idea.
Travis dog.
I have an idea. Carol, how do you say rubrique? Segment, little segment.
A segment, yes.
Okay, we could. Okay, this is my idea. You tell me. Maybe
Okay.
you do a meeting with production and everything.
Travis dog is the production, so this is the meeting.
Sometimes I show up and we do this 5 minutes with a French girl.
Mm-hmm.
I bring a French girl. I don't know why. Just bring this girl.
I'm sure.
And we have a conversation.
I know the bit we could do.
What's the bit?
I give her oral sex, and she tells me if I'm good at it. That's
That's
my idea.
actually great. That sounds like it could work.
I've just been unfollowed by 250,000
Dad.
people in France.
If you want to bring a French girl up here to introduce her to Jim, I would love that.
Man, that would be so funny.
It would be hilarious.
Okay, let's
do it.
Okay, let's do this. One day I come.
We'll
and
figure
I
it
do
out. We'll do it soon.
A whole.
I'm so
how you
bad
say
at
it?
that too.
No, it's
We'll
gonna
do a
be
bit.
great. It's gonna
Yeah,
be great.
It'll be fun.
The hookup. We say
Hook up. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
hook up Jim with a French girl.
Okay,
Yeah.
Travis, you will prepare a little
Yeah,
we'll
take care
jingle,
of it.
something.
Of course.
Very French music with the accordion,
Yeah.
voice, hookup moment.
Yeah, that'd be
Well, now we
great.
have that.
exactly what it's going to be.
Okay, there you go. Recording done.
Big budget.
Yeah, we
Guys,
did
thank
it.
you so much for having me.
Thank you,
Gad.
Gad.
Bye bye. Au revoir.
That's,
And,
that's us. I'll be at the Tarrytown Music Hall New Year's Eve. That's my last show of the tour. And thank you to everybody who's been coming out to these warm-up shows. It's been an amazing last month.